Nigeria to grow the Naira as he comes to give us this speech. So please, let's put our hands together once again for him. Thank you very much, sir. Let's keep the chairs going until he gets on stage. He deserves it.
Thank you very much. You know, I don't usually read a prepared speech, but fashion is not my core competence. I'm not very good at this. But I must thank Ms. Oniru for inviting me here today. I must congratulate all of you involved in the Dressman outlet. We must congratulate Nigerians because I feel if Nigeria wasn't broke, if we weren't going through this hardship right now, Nigerians would not appreciate where we are today. And so, if anything positive comes out of this, it's being broke. When you're broke, you think. When you have too much money, you stop thinking. You get arrogant. And so this is good for this country. Before I go into the main gist of my speech, let me start by saying that as a leader, hold on, I gotta wear my glasses, hold on. Let me start by saying that a leader must have two qualities in order to lead his people to success. He must believe in himself and he must believe in his people. The highest level of faith in our people is to consume the goods and services that they produce. I remember sometime in 1989, the late Princess Diana fell in love with a Mercedes convertible. But the British royal family would not let her buy the car, though she could easily afford it. They insisted she must buy a British car because she was a symbol of the British people. Why are Nigerian leaders flouting this principle of statecraft by flying to London in presidential jets, private jets, British Airways, when Arik and Medview fly that route? Do you know the symbolic effect it would have if President Muhammadu Buhari flies to London on Arik or Medview flights? In 2013, when David Cameron flew to China, he went there in Virgin Atlantic, a flight packed brim with British investors. These things matter. If I want you to buy my food, I must be willing to publicly taste it in your presence. If I do not, and instead of tasting it, I taste your own food, I can never sell my food to you. We cannot rely on oil to keep our economy solvent and make a Naira strong. When people all over the world see an Arik or Medview flight, that sight achieves more positive PR for Nigeria than all our embassies combined. It is a projection of positive things that are happening in Nigeria to the world. Why are the presidents, governors, ministers, and senators still driving foreign cars when Innocent makes locally made cars? If you're worried about your safety, Innocent now makes bulletproof cars that can withstand rifle bullets. If all government officials drive made in Nigeria car, I can assure you that it will add a minimum of 5% to the value of the Naira over the dollar. I drive Innocent cars myself. That they are good. I even bought them for my staff and they are all functional. Ask yourself this question. What if all the danfos in Lagos were Innocent cars and the fuel used in them was refined in Nigeria? Wouldn't the Naira appreciate? What if instead of buying Italian shoes, we all bought made in Kano and Aba shoes? Wouldn't the Naira appreciate? What if instead of flying BA to London, all government officials use Arik or Medview? Wouldn't the Naira appreciate? What if instead of eating imported rice, we all ate Ofada rice and Abakaliki rice? Wouldn't the Naira appreciate? Nobody buys your products until you first buy your own product. If our elite, and I am one of them, keep choosing foreign goods and services over Nigerian competitors, What we'll be doing is sending out our money to service a foreign economy. We must change right from the top. We must initiate a policy to consume less. To consume less foreign items in favor of made in Nigeria goods. And we must not stop there. We must get the world to buy our own products and services. Take something like suya. Do you know that the entire world would love to eat suya, but no one knows what suya is except Nigerians? If we start showing suya in our Nollywood movies, using it as on our music videos, if we ask British Airways and other foreign airlines to serve it on flights to and from Nigeria, before you know it, suya will be as popular as Chinese food and it will become a major Nigerian import. You might say suya is small, but as I speak to you today, Costa Rica's economic mainstay is pineapple. Every year they export $800 million worth of pineapples. Never underestimate the big difference small things can make. As I close, let me say that everything I have advised here, I do myself. I fly Arik, I buy made in Kano and Aba shoes, I eat Ofada rice, and I drive innocent motors. Look at me today. Do I look worse for patronizing them? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want the Naira to appreciate in value, there's only one way to do it. Buy Naija to grow the Naira. And let me say this. When I began pageants, many, many years ago, a lot of you were not born at the time. My goal at the time was to produce the first black Miss World. It took me 16 years. Prior to that, black wasn't beautiful. One of the greatest artists I love in the world was James Brown. Everybody forgets that James Brown was in Lagos in 1970, right after the Civil War. One of the biggest songs he ever did was a song he did in the 60s, Say It Loud, I'm Black and Proud. James Brown had a private jet, was a very successful musician. Once he did that song, Say It Loud, I'm Black and Proud, white America turned against him. They stopped watching the shows, they stopped buying his music. That led to the decline of the greatest, hardest working man in show business. And he could never be the same after that. The point I'm making is this. You must support yourself. You must help each other out. You come to a fair like this, you buy something, take something home and tell people at home, you support made in Nigeria products. You don't have a choice. You must have some kind of identity. The biggest problem we've had in Nigeria today is the leadership we've had in Nigeria. The leaders of Nigeria do not behave like they're Nigerians. I think some of our leaders are actually not Nigerians. I think they are white people disguised as Nigerians. They visit us from time to time. They come and visit us. When on the way they go back and have their houses in Paris, London, and Dubai. When it's time for checks, they come and collect their checks and go back home. And this will stop. Government officials and private jets make no sense. Consume all the resources that we have. You are here today supporting your products. I am one of you, and we need to make a difference. The revolution is starting right here and right now. The revolution to fight poverty, arrogance, people in leadership position who do not give a damn about the people who voted them into office must stop right here. You must take a position. Everybody here must take a position. When I worked for President Obasanjo, I learned something from him. A lot of you who did not know President Obasanjo, he's the simplest man I've ever met in my life. He's simple, committed. There's no Nigerian I know in my life like President Olusegun Obasanjo. He's ready to die for his country. Let me tell you a quick story and I digress. One morning after morning prayer, I was with him. A young man came up to him and said there was going to be a riot in front of the villa. And he said some people were coming in, they're going to protest government policies of President Olusegun Obasanjo. And this guy obviously did not know who President Obasanjo is. President Obasanjo looked at him, took off his clothes, and said, "You see my legs? I've got 2 bullet wounds on my legs. And let me tell you this right now. I got 2 bullet wounds on my leg fighting for Nigeria during the Civil War. Tell them to come to the gate of the villa. I will stand personally myself with my gun and I will shoot every single one of them." The guy, after the conversation, said, "President Obasanjo, that was a false alarm. Nobody's coming to see you." This is the kind of leaders we need in Nigeria today. And this is what we need to do. We must buy our products. We must support our people. We must stop acting like we're visitors to Nigeria. We must be patriotic. Black is beautiful. We should be proud. Congratulations for everything you're doing. I will walk around the stands. I will support you. Thank you. Good luck. God bless you all.
All right, once again, a big round of applause for Senator Ben Murray Bruce. Very, very powerful words there. Very simple. Don't need to add anything to it. Take a cue from that. And he's looking very good made in Nigeria. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would be hinted if we're going to go on with the raffle draw, but just for the benefit of that, if you just came in, there's a raffle draw that's going to take place. We're giving away 2 products, courtesy Samsung. Samsung is giving away 2 products with the sponsors here. So if you want to win, you need to drop your number or your card, something that you can be identified with, so we can go ahead with the raffle draw. I've seen a lot of beautiful people in our midst. I would like to recognize one of Nigeria's finest actresses, MC, actor, everything you can imagine. Fit fam, looks really, really good all the time. The gorgeous Kate Henshaw is here. Please let's put our hands together for Kate Henshaw. I know I saw her